Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare
Teachers that are teaching on a military installation, thank you for your service. As we move right into the program, I'd like to introduce the Ben Eielson Junior Senior High School salutatorian and valedictorians. The narrow of margin between these two students ended up being the difference of 7/100th of a percent. I would like to introduce the Ben Eielson Junior Senior High School salutatorian to the stage, Evan Chase Brown. Please come up. His parents are Sandra and Tim Brown. Evan was born in Montgomery, Alabama. He attended Anderson Elementary, Crawford Elementary, Ben Eielson Junior High, Ben Eielson Senior High. In his senior year, attended the North Star College at UAF. Evan ended up with a 4.078 GPA. I'd like to congratulate Evan on his academic accomplishments by presenting him the certificate, and then I'll turn over the mic to Evan.
Thank you, Mr. Bell, but most of all, thank you all the families, friends, staff, and most importantly, class of 2023. I'd like to personally thank my mom and dad and grandparents for providing me the support and opportunities to achieve this goal tonight. I would not have accomplished this without them. I would also like to thank my personal role model, my brother, Jeremiah. He has helped me become the best version of myself, and I aspire to be like him. Thank you to my coaches that have always believed in me, Coach Fisher and Coach Mesa. Thank you for friends for making this state bearable to live in. I've been fortunate enough to have friends from kindergarten here, Demario and Riley, and fortunate enough to have friends in this class join them throughout the years, Caleb, Lindsay, Carell, and friends that have been made the past few years, Connor. Now that I've gotten the thank yous out the way, the most important people in this room tonight are the class of 2023. We have finally finished high school and we're about to step into adulthood and onto bigger and better things. Today is all about us and the most significant milestone of our young adult lives. Some of us are staying close to home and others are leaving thousands of miles away, but we will all hold something close to our hearts, Ben Eielson. Our graduating class is the most resilient class in a really long time. We had to finish a quarter of school online trying to figure out if we were going back after 2 weeks, and it ended up being over a full year. We will be telling oh my God. We will be telling our children and our children's children what we did to survive the pandemic. With online classes and masks, with COVID testing for school trips and having to quarantine. I remember during remote learning, waking up 15 minutes before class started and just throwing on a hoodie over my pajamas and joining class. Or having a camera on in Miss Julian's class and falling asleep in Miss Sandville's class and her waking me up saying, class is over, and me making some stupid excuse to saying my mute button or end button didn't work. We had to be taught through a computer screen, and most of all, we are all here and we all made it. We have made memories with each other that will last a lifetime through sports. From basketball trips in Galena, having to do dance battles against Lindsay, or messing around in the drama equipment. If you know, you know. Or from doing volleyball tournaments in Seward on football trips, and even playing manhunt on every wrestling trip. These memories are shared between us. We all may not have been part of sports or clubs, but we all made shared memories of schools hearing about Kaylin's Taco Bell, or water fights in extension in Mr. Mosley's class, and even Ian's fruit cup collection last year. I know I will miss these past 4 years, and they have flown by. I remember the last day of school like it was yesterday, and now we are about to get our diplomas. Thank you and congratulations to class of 2023. I'm proud of you, and so is everybody else.
Thank you and congratulations, Evan. It's now my honor to introduce the Ben Eielson Junior Senior High School Class of 23 valedictorian. Would Kaylin Mayhew please come up on stage? Kaylin was born in Jacksonville, Florida. Her parents are Kyle and Heather Heiner. Prior to attending Ben Eielson, Kaylin attended Cheney High School. With a GPA of 4.05, I would like to congratulate Kaylin on her academic success, and as a token of appreciation, I'd like to present her with a certificate and a small token or gift, which is a Kindle to read and continue further education.
Yeah, you can take it.
Please welcome a valedictorian for 2023, Kaylin Mayhew.
Sorry if it's difficult to see me over here. I'm very short.
My mother once told me that it is nothing short of a miracle to birth a normal, healthy baby, and even more of a miracle to watch that child grow into adulthood. And yet we're all here, and we're alive, and we're okay, and we're graduating, and everyone should be proud of that. Every student on this stage, or in this room, should be proud of themselves for making it here. Regardless of what grades you had, or how many friends you made, or what struggles you endured during these last 4 years, this morning you woke up and you put on your cap and you put on your gown. Some of you got all dolled up and ready, and you should be proud of that. Each and every single one of you should be proud of that. To all the families in the crowd, whether they're our biological families or our found families, I hope you know that we are grateful to have you here. It is extremely important on a day like this that we know that someone is looking for us from the crowd, smiling and cheering for us as we walk, telling us that they're proud of us. I want to thank all the guests in the room for being here today. Parents, guardians, siblings, friends, cousins, grandparents, and everyone else here. You are all truly what keeps the flowers growing and the earth spinning. I know that there's a lot of emotions going on in this room. I can see some of you tearing up, some of you shaking. We can all kind of feel it a little bit, even if it's not what we're feeling. I think that right now, the gravity of what we're about to do and what we're about to become is hitting us. Whether we stay here in Alaska or venture elsewhere, a part of us is still leaving. We are leaving our childhood, we are leaving our younger selves behind, we are leaving the life we've been used to for so long. I'm sure a lot of people are scared. I know I am. But there's something beautiful about it too. There's beauty in looking around at all your peers and imagining them living the future they want, breaking free from their shells of public education and adolescence, and finally being able to become the people they've always wanted to be. To everyone who I personally will be far from, whether you're my best friend or someone I've never even spoken to, I want to tell you how proud I am of you, how happy I am for you, and that I will miss you all very dearly. On that note, I will finish with a quote from someone who I love very much. Even though we may be thousands of miles apart, look out the window and we still see the same sky. I hope your side looks just as beautiful as mine, if not more.
Thank you, Kaylin, and congratulations. Now it's my privilege to introduce the 2023 senior class speaker. Would Devin McLaughlin please make your way up to the stage?
We're all gathered here tonight for one thing in particular, not to just celebrate the last 4 years of school are over, but also to cherish those memories we have made. Not just the good ones, but the bad ones as well. Each step along the journey has taught us something to remember, and with that we should be grateful. As we move on with our lives, there's a chance we not remember each other, and that is perfectly fine, as that tends to happen in life. There is one thing to remember throughout life. As Itachi Uchiha once said, no matter how powerful you become, don't try to shoulder everything alone. If you do, you will surely fail. With this journey that everyone goes through, make sure to have people with you, people that you can trust and rely on. No matter how independent you think you are, or how strong you may be, you need people. It's part of human nature. Another part of this journey is having goals. These goals can be as simple as getting up in the morning, making it somewhere on time, cleaning your room, whatever you see fit. You don't have to go to college or get a job just because everyone else is. Or that's what the current trend is. You're responsible for you and choosing the path of which you want to travel down. You are in control of your life, and nobody can change that. As a wise man once stated, I see now that one's birth is irrelevant. It's what you do that determines who you are. It doesn't matter what you were born with, what gifts, talents, it's all irrelevant. What you choose to set your mind to and achieve is completely up to you. This may sound repetitive, but it's an important lesson to learn. It took me years to learn this. I believed others of what I could and couldn't accomplish, and it set me back. But once I got out of that mentality, I became the man I am today. This brings me to another aspect of this journey we call life. People will try and ruin your life, or worsen it and try to make you feel like you're nothing. You can't listen to them or let them affect you. Only you can determine what you're capable of, not anyone else. A quote my mom always tells me about is from Rocky. Rocky once said, "It ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, how much you can take and keep moving forward." No matter what life throws at you, you have to keep on moving. You can't let everything hold you back. Even the smallest things you need to learn to let go. Those little things keep you from reaching your highest potential. With this in mind, congratulations to the class of 2023 as you look to the future and see what we've achieved within our lifetime.
Well done. Thank you, Devin. Next, I'd like to welcome our guest speaker. Please welcome Colonel Tony Pumba Alvarado, the 354th Mission Support Group Commander, to come to the podium.
Let me start by saying nobody wants to follow those kind of speeches. Really? Why are we setting the bar that kind of high? I am so proud of you guys. It is such a wonderful, first off, to our graduates, let me be the first of many people you absolutely do not care about to tell you congratulations and what a great big day it is. We have a round of applause for him, please. As I said, I'm Colonel Tony Pumba Alvarado, and I'm lucky enough to serve on this base, and it is such a pleasure to see a lot of your faces and to be around you folks. Let me first start by saying, Principal, thank you so much for having us, and it is wonderful and such an honor to share the stage with Ms. Moline and my fellow board members, so can't even tell you how much I appreciate it. But it is such a great honor to be on this base, to see all the wonderful things and hear of all the wonderful things you folks are doing. It was neat to see that for the first time since COVID, we actually reestablished the Ben Eielson and Eielson apprenticeship program, where we were able to get six of you folks were able to be in, look at that. You were actually able to be in civil engineering structures, it was fire, it was air traffic control, pilot, boom operator. I mean, that is just logistics, absolutely fantastic. We actually did somebody actually get a position as North Pole physical therapy as well? Absolutely amazing. And I think it's only cracking the beginning of what a lot of you folks are going to do. And I know it wasn't a senior thing, but also heard about the ROTC program where we got 3 folks, again, not in the seniors, but 3 folks actually going out to flying training this summer. So when I look at and I hear, and I have a pleasure of knowing so many folks on base, I have the pleasure of getting to know some of your parents, to see the wonderful things you folks are going to do. I look at your faces, you're young. Believe it or not, I remember what that was like. But I'm actually, looking at your folks. Some of you are scared, some of you are happy, and you should be, because the future is wide open and you guys are absolutely going to love it. But take this moment to enjoy what got you here. Please thank those that love you, that honestly, we've all been there. I know my parents told me that put up with you to get you to this point. But I can tell you right now that it is an honor to be in front of you, because as I get to go away and be old and do something far, obviously far less illustrious, not that this is, because hey, what happens when you work hard? You get named after an animal. How illustrious is that? But I'm happy to know that you folks are going to turn around and do great things in our country's in great hands, because we have your bright minds, your innovative spirit, and you're going to make us better as a nation. So thank you, thank your parents, and thank you all for the love and support that we're showing these folks, because they are our best and brightest. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our school community benefits greatly with the cooperation and assistance we've received, and strive to be good stewards here on base, so we just thank you. Next, the class of 2023 selected as their commencement speakers, Mrs. Liz Sambo and Mrs. Connie Browder. Please come to the stage. Your senior class advisors.
Too bad. You're in trouble now. Well, those are yours. Ready?
To the class of 2023, it is our honor to be able to speak to you on behalf of the Ben Eielson staff here on your graduation night.
We have to admit, though, we struggled to find the time to write this speech. And so We procrastinated. And we know you can all empathize with us.
So, we decided to take a few pages out of our former students' playbooks.
We asked our moms to write one for us. They did a great job.
Then I found Sergeant Manning's speech from when she was the staff speaker for 2022. We changed the year and just a few words on it.
We paraphrased. But then I dug out and dusted off my class of 2000 speech. We recycled it.
Then we had another teacher share their Google Doc with us. And we made a copy, don't worry.
We changed the font. But all of that just didn't really feel right. So we asked ChatGPT.
Good one. All kidding aside, we honestly realized that we had plenty to say about and to the 35 seniors of the BEHS class of 2023.
3 years ago, you were freshmen, remember? Just enjoying the longest spring break ever. Some of you ignoring that Google Classroom invite, hoping you would never have to go back to school. Others joining the near-empty Zooms just to catch the glimpse of another human your age. And others thinking, wait, now am I going to have to take Julian's class all over again? Summer came, and you figured everything would be back to normal by the fall.
Fall came and quickly turned to winter, and normal was nowhere in sight. By that time, most of you had put enough hours into using that school-issued Chromebook and the Google Suite for an associate's degree. And it was all graded this time. Sophomore year without sports, dances, or assemblies. And when you finally did come back to the school building, you didn't recognize any of your old friends or teachers, not because you forgot what they looked like, you just couldn't see their faces.
Junior year faces were free, and some of the old things were back, but it just wasn't the same. You weren't the same. You had new ideas, new ways of seeing and thinking about the world. I mean, you had grown up in those 2 years, like it or not.
By senior year, you had developed very strong opinions about what mattered to you and what didn't, and you weren't shy about sharing it with all of us. These changes and struggles brought growth, endurance, and experience beyond your years.
Yes, you have become very strong, independent, free-thinking people. You have outgrown Eielson and all of us, and we think you will make the most of it as you continue on your own paths. We are very proud of you all and excited to see where life takes each one of you.
But we couldn't let this last opportunity to give you some advice pass by us. So here are the Browder Sambo top 10 words of wisdom.
Keep an open mind or you miss out on so many opportunities.
Make it a habit to always learn something new.
Save your harshest words for writing your legislators and never run out of kind words for everyone else.
Always be flexible and willing to make adjustments.
Diversify, diversify, diversify when investing and choosing who you spend time with.
If you aren't willing to learn, no one can teach you anything, so be a willing learner.
Trust but verify.
Happiness is a choice, so choose to make your own happiness.
Forgive others quickly and say you're sorry first.
And finally, never, never cut paper with your sewing scissors.
Congratulations, class of 2023.
Look to the future.
And P.S., we put a copy of the ChatGPT speech under your chair just in case you didn't like this one.
It's a really good one, too.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you, Ms. Sambo and Ms. Browder. In your program is a listing of scholarships and awards. Due to the printing deadline, this doesn't reflect all of what's been awarded. I would like to recognize this year's recipients of the University of Alaska UA Scholar Program Award winners. Would you please stand when I call your name? Evan Brown, Riley Ladd, and Caleb Mayhew. I'd like to also ask any other senior that has received a scholarship or an award or is getting ready to go on to an apprenticeship program, please stand. Representatives of the school board, teachers, staff, parents, and relatives, and guests, as the principal of Ben Eielson Junior Senior High School, I hereby certify that all students before you, as well as those listed in the commencement program, have met the requirements as established by the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District. Ms. Brandy Hardy, would you please come forward to accept the Ben Eielson class of 2023?
Thought it was Melissa. That's okay. Administrators of the Ben Eielson High School class of 2023, teachers, staff, parents, relatives, and guests, as a representative of the Fairbanks North Star Borough School Board of Education, I acknowledge and accept the students before us have completed the graduation requirements as set forth by the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District and the State of Alaska. On behalf of the Board of Education and the school district's administration, I congratulate you on your accomplishments.
Thank you. Now for the presentation of the diplomas. I'd like to ask Dr. April Scott, Assistant Principal of Ben Eielson, to come forward. As a reminder to family and guests who would like to take pictures, students will be called to walk across the stage, shaking hands with our stage guests, and pause for a picture. They will continue across the stage in another photo op in front of the banner. Due to time and space, please save gifts and flowers until after the ceremony. Marshall, should we please stand?
Evan Brown. Noah Bush. Kirill Castro. Anna Marie Clark. Caitlin Coleman. Ailani Graham. Jackson Earhart. Ian Fuller. Madison Hoffman. Bailey Howard. Lindsay Julian. Briar Napton. Molly Napton. Isabella Kovacs. Riley Ladd. Connor Lancer. William Maxman. Dawson Mannon. Leah Mason. Her family PCS'd, but we wanted to make sure that we still gave her recognition tonight. So Leah Mason. Walker Mathieson. Kaylin Mayhew. Corey McGoffin. Devin McLaughlin. Demario Mesa. Holly Minton. Jose Perez. Sonia Quattieri. Ashlyn Richmond. Emma Richter. Jacob Roberts. Isaac Ruiz. Landon Sally. Jacob Shermer. Guinevere Skelly.
If only I had a duck to give you.
Last but not least, Caleb Tristan.
Before we close by having the graduates move their tassels, I'd like to say some thank yous to the following people. Thanks to the Ben Eielson JRT Sabre Arch and Color Guard and their instructors, Sergeant Catherine Manning and Sergeant Ty Reed. To the senior class advisors, Mrs. Liz Sambo and Mrs. Connie Browder. Also, thank you to Justice Soleil and Rebecca Herbie, who are recording and taking photos tonight of the event and be uploading on our web page. It is live streamed right now on Facebook, but it will be also uploaded onto our web page, our website soon. The graduates will, after we toss the hats and move the tassels, the graduates will follow the faculty and stage guests out towards the Lynx Gym, where they'll pick up their diplomas, and then you can meet them just shortly in the cafeteria for a reception. I would like to ask the marshals to cue the graduating class to stand. Reminder, starting with the tassel on the right side, when I give you your cue, you'll take your right hand and move your tassel from the right to left on my cue. Do we need to take just a minute? Hold out both hands. The one that looks like an L is your left. Use your other hand. It starts on the right. All right, move your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, I would like to introduce the class of 2023, the graduating class of Ben Eielson Junior Senior High School. You may now toss your hats.